In a world where history hides in the smallest, treasures one place dares to reveal the truth. Welcome to NC Coins World, your gateway to rare coins, secret values, and million-dollar discoveries. Every coin has a story. Every story could change your life. Stay with us because the next coin might just be worth a fortune. Subscribe now and let the treasure hunt begin. They say every ending hides a beginning. But this ending changed American coin history forever. The year was 2008. Millions of people used this tiny copper-colored coin every single day, without realizing they were holding the final heartbeat of an era. The last Lincoln Memorial penny ever made. The last one to carry a symbol that stood tall for almost half a century. The memorial, the pride of America, and the reflection of Abraham Lincoln's eternal legacy. Look closely at the coin. On one side, the calm and wise face of President Abraham Lincoln, staring into history. On the other side, the Grand Lincoln Memorial, the marble temple where his statue sits, honoring freedom and equality. For decades, this design reminded America of its strength, unity, and courage. But in 2008, something changed. The US Mint made a historic decision to end the Lincoln Memorial design forever. Imagine that moment. For 49 years, this coin had carried the same design, from 1959 all the way to 2008. Generations held it, spent it, saved it, and passed it on. But after 2008, the design disappeared. No one realized that every coin minted that year would become part of a closing chapter, the final goodbye to a legendary design that ruled American pockets for half a century. Why did they stop it? What made 2008 so special? Some say it was a celebration of history. Others believe it was a signal, the mark of change. In truth, 2009 would mark Abraham Lincoln's 200th birthday. So, the Mint wanted something new, something more personal, to tell Lincoln's full life story. But that decision turned every 2008 penny into a symbol of the end, the last of the Lincoln Memorials ever struck. Think about it. Millions of people threw this coin into jars, pockets, and drawers, not knowing its hidden importance, not realizing they were holding history's last echo. Even collectors today say, the 2008 Lincoln Memorial cent is more than a coin. It's the final heartbeat of America's longest-running coin design. And when something ends after decades of glory, its value never stays ordinary. Collectors across the world started searching for 2008 pennies in mint condition, especially those with the S-proof mark, shining with mirror-like perfection. Some versions from the Denver and Philadelphia mints became highly collectible, especially in graded and uncirculated forms. Because this wasn't just a coin anymore, it was a time capsule, a silent messenger from the end of an era. Now imagine this. Somewhere in a forgotten drawer, a small 2008 penny sits untouched, still shining, still perfect. Its copper gleam hiding a secret worth thousands of dollars. A coin that once bought candy could now buy a car. This is how history transforms. This is how ordinary metal turns into gold in the eyes of collectors.
Every great design ends, but legends never fade. The Lincoln Memorial penny told the story of a man who united a nation and paid the ultimate price for freedom. His portrait stayed, his spirit remained, but the back, the symbol of his resting place, was retired in silence, replaced by new designs in 2009 that showed his childhood, his hard work, his presidency, yet none could replace the iconic image of the memorial that millions had known for decades. Hold a 2008 penny in your hand and feel its weight. It's light, but it carries the story of time, change, and memory. The final Lincoln Memorial penny, the coin that closed one of the greatest chapters in American minting history. And that's why collectors call it the last legacy. So, if you ever find a 2008 penny, don't ignore it. Look at the details, the sharpness of the letters, the shine of the surface, the tiny initials under Lincoln's shoulder. Each mark tells you, this is not just another coin. This is the farewell coin of an era. The coin that said goodbye to the Lincoln Memorial, but kept Abraham Lincoln alive in the hearts of millions. And maybe, just maybe, your 2008 penny could be one of the rare, high-grade coins worth thousands, or even more, in collector markets, because history rewards those who pay attention. The end of the memorial design made this coin a treasure. For those who understand its meaning, keep your eyes open. Collectors, the last Lincoln Memorial penny is not just metal, it's memory, a bridge between the past and the present, a coin that carries both history and mystery, the one that ended an era, and started a new legend in 2009. So check your coins now. You might be holding the last breath of a 50-year legacy. And if you have one, you're not just lucky. You're a keeper of American history. Subscribe now to NC Coins World. Comment below if you have this 2008 Lincoln Memorial penny, and email us your coin's photo, because your small cent might be a priceless treasure waiting to be discovered. Every story has a hidden truth, and the 2008 Lincoln Memorial penny hides one of the most powerful stories ever told through metal. People used it daily, unaware that it was the final goodbye to a half-century of American minting history. But behind this simple copper coin lies a secret, a legacy, a transformation, and a mystery that few truly understand. Think about how many hands this coin has passed through. A child buying candy, a student paying for lunch, a worker dropping it into a tip jar. No one noticed that this was the final version of a design that had ruled America since 1959. That year, the U.S. Mint introduced the Lincoln Memorial design to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It replaced the wheat years that had graced the penny for decades, and from that day forward, the memorial became a silent symbol in every American's pocket. But all stories evolve. By 2008, the world had changed, technology advanced, values shifted, and collectors started seeing coins not just as money, but as living pieces of art and history. The U.S. Mint knew that 2009 would be special, the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth, so they prepared to retire the memorial design forever. Yet, few realized that 2008 coins would become historical treasures, the final prints of an era that would never return. The most fascinating part is how the design itself holds emotional meaning. The Lincoln Memorial was chosen because it's not just a monument, it's the heart of the American spirit. Inside that temple sits the statue of a man who changed a nation. On the reverse side of the coin, you can actually see that statue, a tiny engraving between the columns, visible only under magnification. That detail alone makes this coin one of the most intricately designed in the entire U.S. Mint history. Now imagine this. Millions of these coins minted in 2008. Philadelphia struck billions. Denver struck billions more. But only a few came out flawless, with crisp lettering and perfect details. Those are the ones collectors hunt for. The rare, the untouched, the uncirculated. Because when a design ends, its final version becomes priceless. And the 2008 penny is exactly that. The last memorial, the last farewell. Many collectors call it the goodbye coin. They believe that each 2008 Lincoln Memorial penny carries emotional and historical weight. When you flip it in your fingers, you can feel time itself turning. The end of a design that witnessed generations of change. It survived the Vietnam era, the moon landing, the rise of technology, and the transformation of America. And then, quietly, in 2008, it bowed out, replaced by the next chapter. But the most thrilling part? Some versions of the 2008 penny are not just symbolic, they're extremely valuable. Coins with errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, or wrong plankets, can be worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. A small mistake during minting turned these pennies into collector's gold. A single 2008 penny in perfect MS69 condition has sold for jaw-dropping amounts at auction. The reason is simple. Rarity mixed with significance creates value beyond imagination. Collectors all around the world, from America to Europe and Asia, now search for 2008 pennies that shine bright red. Graded high by PCGS or NGC, these coins are called red gems, sparkling, untouched, flawless pieces that hold history in their shine. And as time passes, their value only grows, because the world will never see another Lincoln Memorial coin minted again. Do you realize how special that is? The final mintage of a design that ruled 49 years. That's not just a coin. That's a farewell letter written in copper. And each one of those coins is a chapter in America's story. For coin historians, it's almost poetic that the man who ended slavery also had a coin design that stood the test of time and ended with grace. There's another secret many don't know. If you carefully look under Lincoln's portrait, you'll find tiny initials, VDB. They belong to Victor David Brenner, the original artist who designed the Lincoln sent back in 1909. Even in its final 2008 form, his initials remained, a tribute to a century of legacy. From 1909 to 2008, this design connected artists, engravers, collectors, and historians across generations. That's why 2008 is not just a date, It's a milestone. Some say coins like this choose their owners. They find their way into the hands of those who appreciate history. Maybe that's why you still have one. Maybe that's why you're listening to this story right now. Because something inside that tiny coin calls out. A silent reminder that time moves forward, but legacy stays forever. Think about it. Every time you hold this penny, you're touching 49 years of American history. You're holding a symbol of unity, resilience, and transformation. The same coin that millions use daily now shines as a collectible worth thousands. The same metal that once passed unnoticed now tells stories worth remembering. And maybe, somewhere, right now, someone is flipping a 2008 penny between their fingers, completely unaware that it's the last of its kind. Maybe one day, that coin will end up in the hands of a collector who knows its value. Or maybe it will remain lost in a drawer, waiting for someone like you to discover its true worth. Because the 2008 Lincoln Memorial Penny is not just the end. It's the bridge between old and new, between legacy and innovation, between memory and value. It stands as the final heartbeat of a design that defined American identity for nearly 5 decades. So the next time you find a 2008 penny, don't just spend it. Study it, cherish it, protect it. You may be holding something that history itself created as a gift for you. A final masterpiece of the Lincoln Memorial design. A coin that ended an era but began a legend. And if you own one in perfect condition, you might be holding a small piece of fortune. Many collectors are still paying huge amounts to get their hands on flawless 2008 Memorial pennies. The rarer the coin, the greater the reward. And who knows, maybe your coin is the next one worth millions. Because every great story deserves a powerful ending. And this coin is that ending. The last symbol of an era, frozen forever in copper. The 2008 Lincoln Memorial Penny, America's final goodbye. If you have this coin, don't let it stay hidden. Take a clear photo and email it to us. Comment below and tell us where you found it. And most importantly, subscribe to NC Coins World to learn the real worth of what's in your hands. Your coin might just be the next $1 million discovery.